Hey world, it's your girl Terry the Well Sharer, and I'm here to give you a God-led message. So, if you guys are new to listening to my channel, just know that everything I do is God-led, from my personal life to business to with my employer. My walk is an obedient walk and a trust walk. So, the other day, I came across a video that my mom was listening to about the Jewish ways of like saying prayers, and that person talked about gratitude. And when I listened to the video, it was pretty much everything God has been teaching me over the past couple of years. And I was just so excited that I started to change my gratitude practice to God and also my prayers. So, with that, God has been having me do affirmations for a very long time. And then also that morphed into back in 2018, like in January 2018, I started writing affirmations down early in the morning, like around 7:30. I would sit before I start my day. I would, just go ahead and write out gratitude statements. I'm grateful for, waking up. I'm grateful for food and so forth. And I wasn't necessarily committed to the process like I am now. And I'm more committed to the process because God reminds me, Terry, do this, Terry, do that. Like I'm constantly being reminded by God on what to do. And with that, when I was listening to the video, God said it would be great for you to share a gratitude practice for people to actually follow through on in this moment. And you could also save and download this video, and it can be part of your practice, or you can ask God to remind you to remember to do it. And I do it throughout the day. Now, I was already heavy on God with my prayer and thanking God as I like go through my day, and I'm trying to become more aligned and in tune with my connection with God, which I am, but I feel like there's more because God doesn't always give you everything at one time. So I'm working through that process. But I wanted to take the moment to walk through with you the gratitude practice that I just started. And one thing I will tell you that over time, your process will enhance and it will get better, and there'll be things added to it, maybe things taken away. Even now, the gratitude practice is now my prayer. But I also wanted to encourage you all to know that there is no wrong way in praising God. There's no wrong way in saying thank you. What I will say is you need to make sure, I guess, am I contradicting myself? Maybe a little bit. Okay. Because I was going to say, what you want to make sure that you do is that it's coming from the heart. So I guess there is a wrong way. So correction. There is a wrong way to pray and be thankful because you don't want to be absent-minded. So God, thank you for allowing me the moment to like realize that, I was saying something that was maybe contradiction to what I want to say. So with that, there is a wrong way. A lot of times people say things and they don't connect to the words. So the right way is to connect to the words, not just in your gratitude practice that I'm going to show you, but also in your prayer to God. So as you all know by now, yes, I'm God led. But for those who are new listening to this, as a wealth sharer, I share wealth so you can build wealth. So on my channel, you're going to get a mix. You're going to get a heavy God. We heavy on God on this side, okay? You're going to get a heavy amount of God in what I say, my I do, my thoughts are always with God and alignment with God. And then you're also going to get with God the financial education that God wants me to share with you. And God has been wanting me to share this over the past, I guess, 5 years of me now being in business as, the sharer and sharing information. But as a wealth sharer, I share wealth so you can gain more wealth, so you can share wealth with others. And that just means that, and it's actually multifaceted, like it means a lot of things, but I'll just kind of touch on what it means before I go into the gratitude. So what it means is that you are learning the wealth of wisdom that God is sharing with me. As I learn, I teach. As I go through something, God will say, share them. From my past experience of the things that I've been able to excel and master and still work on mastering, God says, share in your process. So there's things that I've learned over the past, oh my gosh, definitely 3 years for sure, as I've been able to hear God, but also over the past 9 years when I started seeking God in things that I didn't even realize God was connecting to. So the wealth sharer means that you are learning the wealth of wisdom that God is sharing with me. And through that wisdom, the goal is not to waste it. Okay. So as I'm teaching you things, you are to apply them, and remember to come back and share this video with others so you can gain more wealth of wisdom. Okay. And then also there's a practice of budgeting, learning how to allocate your money correctly. With that is also understanding the importance of saving, whether that's towards retirement and investing, different vehicles you can use to multiply the talents, the money that God has allowed us to steward. And then also it's you being able to multiply all these things through the resources that God has allowed me to share with you so you can share with others. As a well sharer, we don't keep things to ourselves, we share with other people. So just know, as part of this community, we are well sharers. We are generous at heart. We are abundant. We are prosperous. We are givers. We are kind. We're loving. And that is the community that this is. So please know that if you are on a journey, if you're seeing this, know that you're meant to be here in this moment, because what God has taught me in my space of learning how to navigate my conversations with God and the questions and the things God is, the questions that I'm asking God and the things that God is teaching me, even if I don't ask it, it's one of those things where I am learning how to become the better version of myself. Okay. And in this journey, God has taught me that there is no such thing as a coincidence. Now, in the process, we all get to choose. So you may come on YouTube and you may see my video and it may give you, there might be something about it that you say, I want to listen to this. Your choice in listening to it is your free will. But with that, before we got to the point where you made a choice, there was something presented to you that you can actually use to help yourself prosper. And there's always going to be, God is going to use situations and experiences through your journey to give you what you need through different resources. So you never know how it's going to come and who it's going to come from. So you always got to keep your eyes open and your mind attuned to what God is showing you. Okay. So the gratitude practice. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm just usually, a very happy person. But when it comes to gratitude, I strongly know that it makes you happier. Okay. And I will say, for those who are starting in their journey, you might feel a little odd in the process because you're not used to speaking gratitude. So you have to do a lot of shifting in your mind to get to the space of where you can feel it, know it, and be it. Okay. But regardless of, still speak the words, because God has taught us that life and death is in the power of the tongue. And we have the ability to change our circumstances through our mind, through our words, through our thoughts, through our actions, and they're all connected. So when you recognize that you have more power than you actually realize that you have, and you have the power to speak something into your life, and God has given you the power to create, your life will change. I promise that. I put my life on it. You have to apply it. You can't just do it for a little while and say it's not working. It has to be constant and consistent practice. God has had me in consistency for 3 years. And that consistency has been me learning how to communicate with God throughout the day. Okay. It's not once a day. It's not twice a day. It's throughout the day. And that consistency with God has allowed my relationship with Him to morph into oneness with God. And it's a beautiful journey. So when it comes to you recognizing that God is the creator of all things and God is all powerful and God is sovereign, you will start to learn that God created this world using His words, and therefore we have the same ability because we're made in God's image. So our words are so powerful that we get to create so much things that we don't realize. So, like the book behind me, this way, God had me to create this, and these are nothing but words in this journal. That is a gratitude and financial journal, and in it is a gratitude sections for you to write out why it's done in a certain order, for you to recognize what you're grateful for, to allow God to remind you of all of your blessings. And it's a 90 days of journaling, and it's not dated. So you can jump in, jump out. Again, we're working on consistency, but you can write every day and be able to keep track and have a keepsake of all the things that you are grateful for. So you can look back and say, oh my gosh, look how blessed I am. Look how abundant I am. There is no lack. What's that? Right? That's whack. Okay. So, with that, I want you all to understand that gratitude is essential. Okay. It's one of the keys to opening many doors. So, my gratitude practice again has changed. And what I've learned this week is literally, again, become my prayer to God. And then also, as I'm going through the day, I just stop and say, God, grateful I am. So, we're going to switch things up, right? Through this gratitude practice. We've all heard of the word I am and how powerful the words I am is. God said, I am that I am, right? I am. God is a lot, okay? And so are we. So I want you to recognize that the word I am is you claiming authority over whatever it is. So many times people don't realize that they're saying, I am not feeling well or I'm feeling down. Those are negative words, and you're speaking uh, death, but I don't want to harbor on the word death, but I don't want to say like because you said you're sick. Like it's just one of those things where people don't realize how powerful a negative word can be. And if you believe it and you say I am, you're actually claiming what that action is or what that feeling and emotion is. Okay. So we're gonna I always try to err on the caution of always speaking life. Okay. So if someone says, I am happy, I am abundant, I am joyful, those are the positive words that you want to claim in your life. Okay. Don't try to overthink it. Just know that it's real. Okay. When you say the word I am and whatever follows that, you don't realize that you're connecting to something that may be negative and it may be bringing you not what you want. And it's countering the experiences that you really want to really experience. Okay. So just know that, again, your words are powerful. So powerful that you can actually feel your words vibrate if you paid attention to your speech and how words are coming out. And if you kind of center your mind to your body, you can start to feel the words kind of vibrating through your existence, but also knowing that words also vibrate out, right? So you want to make sure that you are encapsulating yourself around words that are powerful and words that are meaningful to what you want to experience. So, with the flip around, I typically used to say, I am as my statement of gratitude and my statement of affirming. Okay. So now with the video that I watched, and I don't remember the young lady's name, but it was just motivation into God saying, Terry, you change your language, teach this, and kind of tell people why you have changed your language so others can see the power behind it. So the word gratitude is something that is just a feel good word, right? Grateful. It's just a very powerful word. Now, typically I would say, God, I'm thankful for XYZ. And thankful is still a great word, but I just feel like gratitude, there's just something about it that just grabs you, right? So rather than say, God, I'm thankful for, or I am, joyful, what I've changed my language to say is grateful I am for this. So grateful I am for being abundant. Grateful I am for being beautiful. Okay. So I want you all to grab a pen and paper or just promise yourself that you're going to come back and write these down or come save the video so you can play it all the time. Okay. I just want this to become part of your daily walk, okay, your spiritual practice. So let's go through some gratitude statements together, and I want you to, repeat them throughout the day. Now, you don't have to say the whole thing through the day. They might be something that resonates with you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have lack, I have abundant. grateful I am for being abundant. Okay, so let's play this out. Okay, so all right, let's start. So grateful I am for being abundant. Grateful I am for being beautiful. Grateful I am for being confident. Grateful I am for being determined to follow God. Grateful I am for being eloquent. Grateful I am for being favored by God. Grateful I am for being generous. Grateful I am for being humble. Grateful I am for being intelligent. Grateful I am for being joyful. Grateful I am for being kind. Wait, sorry, did I lose myself? Humble, intelligent, joyful. Grateful I am for being kind. Grateful I am for being loved deeply. Grateful I am for being a magnet to all the great things God is having for me. Grateful I am for being needed for this journey. Grateful I am for being abundant, sorry, for being obedient. Grateful I am for being prosperous. Grateful I am for being uh, quiet when God speaks to me. Grateful I am for being radiating God's abundant love and light. Grateful I am for being strengthened by God. Grateful I am for being timely and on time. Grateful I am for being universally loved. Grateful I am for being victorious. Grateful I am for being wonderfully made. Grateful I am for being X Factor material. Grateful I am for being youthful. Grateful I am for being Zen because I'm one with God. So, you all, I just share with you my own personal daily words, my daily gratitude. And I was actually saying, I am abundant. I am beautiful. I am courageous. I am determined to follow God. And now this week, I've been doing grateful I am. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful feeling to be able to be connected to those words and know that those words will change your life, especially when you connect to it. And the more you do it, the more you will believe it and the more you will become. Okay. So I pray that this video will help you. So coming up soon, I'll be doing a video on budgeting. And if you didn't check out my video before, I taught you guys about how to get ready to allocate your paycheck to incorporate your 401k for the whole year. So you're having to take out lesser money from your paycheck and divide it into smaller chunks so you can meet your goal. What I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to share with you guys how to create, how to calculate the percent of that allocation so you know what to put into your employer or your retirement account allocation website so you can truly, go ahead and get that started around, like, I want to say December 30th or maybe January 1st. So, because it takes a few days, maybe a week to actually set. And that way you can make sure that you are planning because we are becoming planners in our lives. Okay. And then in that, I'm going to also possibly in the same video or a separate video, give you guys a budget worksheet for 2025 that you can use and be able to build wealth. And in your gratitude practice, you can start saying, God, I am grateful for the abundance of finances that I have. Grateful for the wealth. I'm grateful for the financial freedom. You can start to speak the things you want. So just know in your gratitude practice, you are speaking what you want, regardless if you see it now. Because if you know that you are a child of God and you know that God is your creator and you understand that you are already part of God's prosperity, abundant generosity plan and wealth plan and all these wonderful, joyful plans that God has for us, then you already know that it will happen. You're just going to pull it into reality sooner by becoming a grateful person and a generous person. Okay. So I pray that this resonates with you. Thank you for allowing me to share with you my own personal gratitude statements that I do every day. I typically do them in the shower, or sometimes I'll do them outside the shower in the mirror. I'll look at myself and I'll actually say those words before I get dressed in the morning. And I'm telling you, it will have you twirling around like I do, because I've been twirling around pretty much most of the day as in my office, sitting doing work, and went downstairs for lunch and I started like just literally almost dancing like in the kitchen in the living room because I'm just so happy. And it's just me by myself. So just imagine what that looks like. But I'm just such in this beautiful, happy, joyful serene just state of being that I'm literally just dancing my way through it and so joyful. And I pray that you can get to that space. So you like, hey, Terry, I know what you're talking about. Like, I get it, right? So make sure you put in the comments, how you feel about seeing your gratitude statement. Be sure to share with me things you want to see. And I pray that you are able to be blessed and know that God is blessing you throughout your journey. And not only is God blessing you, but God is also protecting you. So make sure you listen. Okay. All right. Talk to y'all. See y'all the next time. Bye.